from years and years of experience. I know this can work. We can make it work.
I've come up with this system to eliminate the need for a skilled panner at the drill site. The system is fully self-contained and will quickly show if there's any coarse gold in every 5-foot, 10-foot, or 20-foot interval. So the first part of the system is a modified Keen sluice box, and it's modified in that I shifted the riffles forward and put in miner's moss into the sluice rather than carpet. Okay, the box is fully assembled now. Cleans easily. It will release all of its material very quickly, so there'll be no contamination from sample to sample. So I have left also with Rob a paper on evaluation of sluice boxes that explains how they work. You need at least a 10% grade. In other words, 1 inch of drop for every 10 inches of sluice length. The question becomes, what is to be done with the concentrate out of the sluice from the drill cuttings once they are collected? And the simple solution is to have an experienced panner panning the concentrates. But there again, panning is something, it's a skill that takes, really years to really perfect and to get to a point where you're quick. It's a lot of work, and up until this point, people have been unwilling to do panning. So I've devised this little scheme here called the Auto Panner. It's a combination of many different designs for concentrating tables and sand collection systems that I've used in the past. So it's fully self-contained. As one can see down here, we have a container of water that has a utility pump in it, a 1/2 horsepower, 50 gallons a minute, that is delivering water to the system. Now, where do we get the electricity to deliver the water? Okay, where does the power come from? Again, fully self-contained, field ready. The power comes from a voltage inverter that hooks up to a vehicle. And so it's just 12 volt. This is an 1800 watt inverter. The wattage on the 1/2 horsepower utility pump is about 900 watts. So this is fully capable of handling the load of the pump. And the green light is an indicator that the system is ready to go. It has an on-off switch here. So now we're ready to go. So I just turned it on using this switch, and water is now ready to circulate. Okay, now for the operation of this Auto Panner, as I'm calling it. Here I have some material that's been screened. It's important that the material be run through the screen so that we're not running too big of a particle size on the table, because the wider distribution of particle size on the table will limit the efficiency of the tabling operation. So I've screened this. This is out of my burlap ground sluice, the primitive first iteration of this system.
Okay, there we have it. Burlap held down by metal driven into the ground with long spikes. We're ready to go.
So the water is on. What I'm going to do is use my wash hose to get the material onto the surface of the panner. Gotta make sure that this thing is level as well. Brunton can be used to level up. So the heaviest material will stay at the top of the box, lighter, 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 lighter. So it should be talking about density. If you have something interesting, you can push the material back up to the top of the box and let it come down again. So, if once the geologist is satisfied that either there is or there isn't gold, the next thing would be to collect a sample of the sulfides that are remaining, and that's done in this manner. I've constructed a little sample collecting device out of a chip tray funnel and some clear acrylic, so that using this squeegee, the geologist can easily scrape down into this little contraption a representative sample of the sulfides and material that's left on the table. And I would suggest just taking it right down the center, one swipe. Might have to go a couple of times. Get it down on here, and then collect the sample. Here we have our simple panner. The water source can be controlled from the switch in the switch box, and away we go. It's a long way from a piece of burlap in a ditch held down by nails and strips of metal. This will work. Thank you very much for love of the game.